Hello world, Shelly here, and it's time for another episode of Concealer Fest. And today I'm checking out a request from the comments. This is the Chanel Longwear Color Corrector Concealer. It retails for $43 for 0.25 ounces of product. Need my right hand to mess with the iPad here. It is described as a long-lasting corrective concealer. It's got 3 color correcting shades and then a regular shade range. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I see 8 shades altogether on the Nordstrom website. It is a lightweight gel-based texture with soft focus pigments for comfortable wear and a most seamless finish. They do recommend applying with fingertips. It's got long-lasting color correction. That's about all they have to say about it. It is getting 4.8 out of 5 stars on Nordstrom's website with 77 reviews. So let's take a look at this one. I've got the shade 10 Beige, which I think is the lightest of the concealer shades. Let's check this one swatched against a few others in my collection. Swatch time. First up is today's concealer, the Chanel Longwear Concealer in shade 10 Beige. Second, I've got the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away in shade 2 Fair. Third up from Dior, I have the Forever Skin Correct Concealer in shade 1 Neutral. Fourth is from NARS, the Radiant Creamy Concealer in shade Vanilla. And last, I've got the Tarte Shape Tape in shade Fair. Here is the packaging. We have a small doe foot applicator. Let's try this out. I do have a little mini sponge here on standby if necessary. My first thought is that for the lightest shade, this is not super light, but it works for me. A little goes a long way here. I've got a lot of product, so I'm going to take some of it onto my eye because I did not need that much product. It does have an interesting texture. It almost feels dry when it goes on, but then as you work it, it does feel like a gel. It's interesting. And it is, yeah, it's turning seamless. Like I was initially concerned because it seemed so dry. But maybe the warmth of the body turns it into that gel that kind of makes it blend out. Like that blended out really nicely. I usually go in with a sponge just to pick up any excess, but I don't even feel like I need to do this. That's really pretty. Of course, then I put gunk on my face with my sponge. Good job, Shelly. Here's our coverage check from one side to the other. I like the coverage. I think that's a solid medium right out of the gate. Notice that that's one of my phrases. I say right out of the gate a lot. I don't know why. It kind of annoys me. Does it annoy you? I think I need a new phrase. Alright, let's try the other side. See? There I go, using too much. But let's try and make this work. Yeah, it's kind of like just keep on working it and it'll start to melt down. Let's take a look up close. This one looks really nice and quite smooth. I am noticing that it's sort of freezing in place in some of my deeper lines under my eyes, so I'm tapping that out with the sponge in hopes that it'll stop sort of settling and locking in. I would like it to stay put. Best case scenario, I don't have to set it with powder, but we will see. I think we have a medium coverage here. I can still see some purple coming through, but of course I did not purchase the additional color correcting shade. I just got the concealer shade, so that is probably to be expected. But I really like how this is sitting under the eyes. It is not accentuating lines. It is looking, it's a nice sort of satin finish that I feel is helping make my skin look more smooth under my eyes. It's not quite the level of smooth I get from like the Pat McGrath and the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Way, but still nicely smoothing so far. It's not clinging to the dry skin under my eyes, which is a good start. Let's check the time. It is, can I show you on my watch? Are you going to be able to see it? It is 4:27. Let me put the rest of my face on. I'll be right back. All is well so far with the Chanel Longwear Concealer. I did not have to set it with powder, which is awesome. The tapping out of that little bit of product that was settling into my deeper lines stopped the settling. Everything is good, so just make sure you don't have any excess product. And all is well. Everything I'm wearing on this mug will be linked down below, and I will come back tonight and we will see how this wore. 12:51 a.m. That puts us, oh, I forgot to do math. 12:52 a.m. That puts us right around just a little over the 8-hour mark. Let's take a look at how the Chanel Longwear Concealer held up. First off, comfortable. Does not look drying at all underneath my eyes. I don't feel dehydrated at all. I think that is a very good sign, especially if you have dry skin or crepey under eyes. You know, it doesn't do quite as much smoothing as my all-time favorites. However, I will say this has been a really nice, graceful sort of wear. Let's just take a look at this one. I feel like I'm missing just a tiny bit of the coverage that we started out with. I think a little more purple is showing through, but I don't think any product has settled into lines. I don't, even my sort of crow's feet, it's really not settling anywhere. It still looks smooth. It still looks nice. The only thing I wish is that it's one of those that kind of freezes lines in place. And so the deepest of my lines, I can still tell that they're there up close. Of course, at a conversational distance, I don't think you can even see them. So I definitely like this one. I do. There's just those couple little things that keep it from running into my holy grail territory. But if I had to give a grade to the Chanel Longwear Concealer, it's a definite A-. I definitely like it on dry and maturing under eyes. So thumbs up on this one. Thank you guys for this recommendation, because I probably would not have tried it out. Not that I don't like Chanel. I have 2 Chanel foundations, but they just didn't knock my socks off. And their sort of brand aesthetic is not something that I'm going to spend a ton of money on, just because it's a little bit more neutral than I usually go. So that's the only reason why I wouldn't have purchased it myself, just naturally. But yeah, this is a good one. Thank you guys. Good suggestion. There you have it. Another Concealer Fest episode is in the books. If you like these concealer reviews, if you would like me to do more of them, give me a thumbs up down below. Let me know in the comments what concealers you would like me to get next. I keep a running list and I purchase them whenever I can, particularly when the sales are going on. And as always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. Come back every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern time for new videos. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.